7-year anniversary to IE Sports Radio. SoCal Saint is here with you for one last on that to sink in for a minute. I don't know if everyone saw the postings I've had over the last week or so, but this is the final episode of the IE Wrestling Show. The champ is here for one last time. And it's kind of bittersweet that it comes on the heels of the anniversary, the 11-year anniversary of IE Sports Radio. I will be joined shortly by my co-host, T5, the Crescent City Savage himself. But yeah, I have come to a decision that took a very long time to come to. It took me over the course of a few months to really pray on this, think about this. And for me right now, this is the best time for me to leave on good terms. There's no bitterness between us, myself, and IE Sports Radio. I mean, I had a very personal conversation. I'll keep the details of that to myself because the only people that really need to know about it are me and the head honcho himself, Larry B. Shout out to Larry B., the head honcho of IE Sports Radio, who is airing live right now too. He's doing his defining moment right now. If you're watching it, talking about the all things sports and celebrating the 11 years of IE Sports Radio. But I have come to a point where I want to see what I can do on my own. I'm going to take this show on the road, so to speak. It won't be known as IE Wrestling Show, so I say what I mean when this is the final episode of the IE Wrestling Show. Whatever I do come this day, once this show is done, is going to be known as something completely different. And it's going to be done on my own, my way, doing it a whole new, I don't want to say whole new because I feel like my formula is like okay, but I'm gonna try and do things a little differently. It's not gonna be so formatted and under a microscope, so to speak. I'm gonna talk more. I'm gonna really dive into more variety in terms of like the pop culture with the wrestling together. Hopefully I'll have some interviews on here as well. Talking comics, talking movies, talking wrestling. Hopefully I'll have some interviews with wrestlers and current and former in-ring wrestlers. I'm already starting to get the ball rolling on some of that stuff. And once I get everything squared away, lined up, and ready to go, if you continue to follow me on my social media platforms, which will also be renamed here shortly, you will be the first to know because I'll put all those updates. I'll keep everyone updated for that as well. Shout out to my boy, the host of the Inza Report, Ralph Khalees. He's in the chat room right now. I appreciate that, man, saying just a personal and emotional goodbye from me. Prayers to you, sir. You're the best wrestling podcaster I know. Good luck to you in your future, sir. Love you. I love you too, man. I really appreciate that, man. You keep up the good work here at IE Sports Radio, man. You've been doing some good things here with the Inza Report, man. I'm proud of you and the progress you've made as well, man. And have you always been a very loyal listener to my show, man. So I greatly, greatly appreciate that. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you, man. I appreciate you. And I wish you nothing but the best, man. I really do. Same with the rest of the IE Sports Radio cast of characters and shows. I really do appreciate all that you guys do. Hopefully my co-host, the Crescent City Savage himself, T5, will join me here shortly. Until then, let's take a quick break before we get into everything. And let's hear from our awesome sponsors. But real quick, Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, same to you, pal. Hey, for you, Ralph, let me give you 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Yeah, that's for you, Ralph. I did that just for you, buddy. We're going to take a quick little break here and hear from our official sponsors that keep the lights on for us here at IE Sports Radio. But real quick, before we do so, I just want to give a shout out to my sponsorship page that I still have up and running. I know the month of April has passed us by. Autism Awareness Month is in the rear view for most people, but for us autism family members, it's never over. So this page is going to be up as long as it allows me to have it, as long as my sponsorship lasts with mydailybloom.com. Go to mydailybloom.com and check out the link that's scrolling down below. Take a screenshot if you have to, because I know it's scrolling. It's kind of hard to like type and look at it as it's moving. But mydailybloom.com /pages/my-shop. Those numbers I can never remember. Use the promo code PCW. That's PCW. Save 15% off at checkout. Save 15% off checkout your entire purchase when you use that promo code PCW. And remember that lettering PCW. It's going to come in handy later here in the show. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, please check out mydailybloom.com. It's a website created by a BCBA that helps kids with ABA therapy for autistic children and adults. And this website is something where like it helps any portion of the proceeds that you spend on the website goes straight back into the website. They have educational material, books for children, teens, and adults. There's mugs, there's tullers, there's t-shirts, long sleeve shirts. There's all sorts of stuff there. So check it out and check out the link down below. When we come back, we'll be back with our boy, the Crescent City Savage T5, on this final episode of the IE Wrestling Show. Please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a moment. We're going to hear from our official sponsors, and we're going to get right into the show. Stay tuned on the final episode of the IE Wrestling Show. We'll be right back, guys, in just a moment.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Yo, welcome back to the final episode of the IE Wrestling Show. And look who's now in the building. My co-host, my tag team partner, for the final time on the IE Sports Radio Network, the Crescent City Savage himself, T5. What's good, brother?
What's happening? Bro, it was a struggle this morning, man. Like it seemed like everything was about to roll smoothly because at the same time, I'm having a refrigerator being delivered from my landlord, and both times of the show and the time of the delivery kind of coincided with each other.
Oh, I got you.
So I was like, okay, cool. Luckily, I had my sister here, and she was able to, handle the delivery parts. All right, cool. All I gotta do is just log in, StreamYard, yada yada yada. Next thing you know, StreamYard, 100% judo karate kicks me out of StreamYard. So I'm like, oh. So that's why I'm on the phone right now instead of my laptop. So I'm here though.
Oh, it's all good, bro.
It wouldn't be a show if we didn't have some type of shenanigans happen backstage.
Exactly. It's only befitting that on my final day with IE Sports Radio, there's some buffoonery and shenanigans that makes sense. It's very on brand.
Pretty much.
Uh-huh.
So how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I said my little piece at the beginning of the show, and I'll say a little more at the end. But, it's a little bittersweet day with it being the anniversary of IE Sports Radio and also my send-off. So, bro,
because you brought me in, man. I was like, what? We got a wrestling show on here? I was like, all right, let me check old boy out.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, be like, oh man, yeah, dude, I started listening to IE Sports Radio because you told me to listen to your show, and then they kind of branched off on the other stuff. So, but a lot of people are happy, because I'm telling them, what I'm planning on doing. I know me and you have had some private conversations about it. So, I let the people know at the beginning of the top of the hour that, keep following me and for updates, more on that later, but I'll mention it here a little later, but right now I want to show you some love. Please follow my boy on his social media platforms on X. Go to Who Is T Fizzle. That's his private, or not private. That's his personal page. At Crescent City _IE is the main page for his show, The Crescent City Connection, that you see scrolling down below. The Crescent City Connection airs live Saturdays, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please check out my boy, man. If you love everything Louisiana sports, you got to check out my boy T5 and his show, The Crescent City Connection. Man, I hope you did some big numbers last Saturday with what's his name retiring.
Man, bro, we was cooking, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, like all that. I told my producer, shout out to man, I can't even think of my damn producer name. The word. I talked to the producer backstage. I was like, hey, I was ready to roll until this morning. I was actually ready throughout the whole week with draft stuff for rookie minicamp. I had everything, LSU baseball, bam, 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 bam. I had everything ready. Next thing you know, Derek Carr came in and said, not so fast, my friend. Whoosh. And I had to trash like so many things to make it fit into that hour. I was like, bro, you killing me, dude. You killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
And that's I'm sorry, go ahead.
I had to trash so much stuff, bro, and reconfigure just to fit in the Derek Carr stuff. I was like, bro, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. So that was fun though. But yeah, like we're doing good. And this week we got the schedule, the Saints schedule coming out. We gotta talk about that and that draft lottery. Oh my God, NBA. Right. I have some thoughts on that. It's gonna be really fun.
So don't miss it, y'all, because you never know. You never know. Breaking news could hit right before he goes live on the air. That's why you need to check out, subscribe to his show, man. Crescent City Connection, high noon, Saturdays, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow my boy on his social media platform. Show him some love, man. Any fan base we have from the show, carry it over and bring some more with you, man. Help my boy out. Real quick, before we jump into our Saintly Savage pop culture minute, I think it's befitting of us to show some love to a legend, man. This past weekend, we lost a legend, the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying innovator of professional wrestling. There was no one before, and literally, there's been a lot of copycats since. I'm talking about the man, Sabu. That's right, man. It's sad. It's always rough, man, when we lose a wrestler, man, because it feels like it happens all too often, way more often than it really should. And I mean, you know, me and you both know as wrestling fans, we've been through a lot growing up. A lot of wrestlers passing away way before their time. And Sabu, damn, he was only 60 years old, man, very, very young. And I just watched the last episode of Dark Side of the Ring, which was about his uncle, the Sheik, which a lot about the Sheik I didn't know. It was a great episode.
Yeah.
Watched it. Check it out on Vice. If you can, check out a replay of it. It was awesome. It's very well produced. Sabu is all over it, talking about what his uncle did for him, and Sabu shows a side of himself that fans never ever got to see. You know, an actual raw, real, emotional side of Sabu. Because at one point he's in tears talking about his uncle, saying that his uncle was more of a father to him than his actual father. You know, I mean, he basically helped raise him, and he's brought him into the professional wrestling world. Without the Sheik, there would be no Sabu, you know. And Sabu took it really hard when his uncle passed away. He talks about it in the show that he was on a flight to Japan to do a spot in Japan, and his uncle passed away while he was in the air, and he didn't hear about it,
man,
till way later, till after he landed. The story he tells is he's walking in the halls of the Tokyo Dome, and he runs into Goldberg of all people. This is when I guess Goldberg was in that right before Goldberg went to WWE, because Goldberg was in New Japan for a very short time. He approached Sabu and said, "I'm sorry to hear about your uncle." And Sabu says something really funny, and the show goes like, "Why the fuck? Like, why does he care? I don't. You're fucking Goldberg. What do you care?" You know, like in his mind, he said, and he's like, I guess that made him call home, and he called home and spoke with his aunt, the Sheik's wife, and she told him that your uncle passed away while you were in the air, and she told him that, he wanted to come right home. He wanted to just cancel. Like, he was literally on the way to the ring to Gorilla, and she told him your uncle would want you to do this, like do this for your uncle, basically. And so he went out there and he had a match literally minutes after finding out that his uncle passed away. And he said by the time that he got home from Japan, he missed the funeral, but he said that he knew that his uncle, he felt okay about it because he knew his uncle knew that he loved him very much. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy story, man. Like what a way to find out, but it was awesome. A lot of cool stories in that piece. But now I would love to see something about Sabu. It sucks that too many of our wrestlers get posthumously inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Sabu has more than earned his spot and definitely deserves one. The Sheik is in the Hall of Fame, and Sabu and Rob Van Dam were the ones that inducted him in 2007, I believe. It was the year that they had the Detroit WrestleMania with the Battle of the Billionaires.
Yeah.
And which is befitting because the Sheik was a big deal in Detroit wrestling throughout the 60s and 70s. And, so I think it's only befitting that Sabu be take his rightful place alongside his uncle in the WWE Hall of Fame. I think he deserves it. And he's done a lot, man. I mean, Sabu was more than just a hardcore wrestler. He was an innovator. He truly was, man. Like, I mean, a lot of things that you see today, some of the crazy, like things that are made popular on the indies nowadays. Tell this to a young fan, like grab a tape of ECW and look at a Sabu match, and you'd be shocked that 93, 94, and so on, he was doing some of the spots that your favorite indie guys are doing now. Springboard moonsaults off of chairs, leg drops through tables, you name it, Sabu did it. He earned that nickname, the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying. He earned all those nicknames because he put his body at risk every time he stepped in that ring. I mean, one of the most famous matches he ever had in the ECW arena was the barbed wire massacre match against the late, great Terry Funk, where they literally were ripping each other apart with barbed wire. Sabu famously his bicep mid-match, and you could see the muscle of his bicep. And he just grabbed tape from old Fonzie, Bill Alfonso. Yeah, come on, baby. Sabu did it. And he wrapped tape, not bandage, not gauze, tape that wrestlers put on their wrist, the wrist tape. Just wrapped his open bicep wound in tape to finish the match. At the end of the match, him and Terry Funk had to be cut out of the barbed wire because they were entangled in it to the point they couldn't get loose. It's tough to watch, but it's one of those great moments in hardcore wrestling history. Very famous feud with Taz, where they didn't touch each other for over a year until the very first ever ECW pay-per-view. Probably one of the reasons, if not the main reason, why Barely Legal 97 was such a success and a turning point for ECW at that time was because of the marquee match of Sabu versus Taz. I don't know. I'm sure you remember this, T5, back when ECW took over Monday Night Raw and Sabu jumped off the Raw sign onto Taz. Like, he climbed up all the way on the W of the Raw sign, and they say he jumped, but he actually fell off of it. But he fell with style. He hit a Buzz Lightyear and fell with style. you know. And I'm trying to think some other ones. I mean, Sabu, he did it all ECW. He was a Grand Slam champion, ECW World Champion, ECW Television Champion, ECW Tag Team Champion, the non-canonical FTW World Champion, the only other FTW World Champion at the time between him and Taz. I mean, he was a former XPW World Champion.
What a shout!
I know, right? He had a stint in TNA after the closing of ECW. That famously came to WWE for the first ECW One Night Stand event. Later becoming an actual WWE superstar, which was to me. And whenever they relaunched ECW, or what fans like to call, I think,
WECW.
Yes, WWECW. But hey, I mean, he did things that I never thought we'd ever see. You know, Sabu wrestled at a WrestleMania that same year. He inducted his uncle into the Hall of Fame. He wrestled alongside Tommy Dreamer, the Sandman, and his buddy RVD in a 8-man tag match against the New Breed. It was the ECW against the New Breed, and they won very appropriately. He was in video games. He made a lot of video game appearances, surprisingly. Like, I saw somebody talking about it. I was like, damn, I played all those games. And yes, he was in all of them. He was in, the WWE versus, it was Raw versus SmackDown, those games, the one that featured ECW for the very first time. He was in that. He was in the Legends of Wrestling series, if anyone remembers those games from Acclaim. Whenever they lost the WWE license, they started doing Legends of Wrestling. They had licenses from all these legendary wrestlers, and Sabu and the Sheik were both in those games. He also was, any fans of those old Backyard Wrestling, Don't Try This at Home tape, they had a video game for that, and Sabu was a part of that as well. Any juggalos out there, and shout out to ICP fans, whoop whoop. If you love that song, What is a Juggalo, Sabu gets a shout out in that song. There's a line, I think it's from Violent J in that song. It's like toward the end of the song where he says, he Sabu'd your mama through a coffee table. And you hear Joey Styles' voice, oh my God, in the background of that song. But I mean, shit, they turned Sabu's name into an adjective or a noun. You know, he Sabu'd your mom through a coffee table. You know, like, Sabu, man, like, he was one of a kind. And it's crazy that he passed away so soon after his retirement match during WrestleMania weekend for Game Changer Wrestling against Joey Janela. And I saw clips of that match, and Sabu, Jesus, at his age, he should not have been doing shit like that, man. Because he went, into like a bed of barbed wire? God. And it was rough to watch, but I mean, he went out doing what he loved, man. So I tip my hat to you, Sabu. Godspeed, sir. And condolences and prayers to the family and friends of Sabu. Ooh.
Man, bro. I just sat back and let you cook, man. Because I know I'm sitting listening to you. I was like, bro, we about to have story time with OT5, because I remember back in it was like maybe like the mid 90s, 93, 92, something. Me and my homie Dave was down the street on a Saturday morning, flicking channels and stuff, man. And we came across ECW, and we first started watching ECW, and we go back to school. We was like in middle school at the time. We go back to school. We hung out with, a couple of cats that, watched. They was eating up wrestling just like us. But, at the time, all we was doing was WWE, WCW. This cat was eating. This other cat, little redhead kid, was eating everything when it come to wrestling. The skinny redhead cat. And I'm hearing about, oh, y'all watch ECW too? And I was like, yeah, bro, yeah. Oh, y'all see Sabu? And I'm like, who's a Sabu dude? Taz and Sabu. That's all this dude would talk about. Taz and Sabu. And I'm like, bro. I'm looking at my homie Dave like, bro, who this cat? Sabu. Homicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sab. I was like, bro, who is this Sabu cat this dude talking about? So we watched ECW again on a Saturday like we usually do at my homie house, and there goes Sabu. I'm like, oh, that's the Sabu cat he was talking about. And you know how they show like the clips of the pay-per-views and stuff, the hype videos and junk, bro. Me and Dave was looking at each other like, what the hell? What the hell? Because we used to WWE type stuff. These cats was out here wilding, and they was hyping up Taz and Sabu, and I'm like, bro. So we thinking like, man, Taz is the world's greatest badass, and Sabu is a mystery. He is an enigma. We like, who is this dude? And of course, the lights go out. They come back on, and Sabu, and the crowd's going nuts.
Sabu.
And that was my introduction to Sabu, and it's been like a love affair ever since. Him and RVD tag teaming.
Yep.
Sabu wilding, bro. Like the Arabian press. I'm like, he was doing stuff like we would create Sabu on SmackDown versus Raw. I'd be ready to quit because like half the stuff you couldn't do with him.
Oh, I know,
half this moveset you couldn't do on the game. And I was like, man, this ain't even worth it, bro. It's not even worth it, man. I was gonna tag him up with RVD. It ain't even worth it. Like, if I can't do it right, I ain't gonna do it at all. But yeah, bro, Sabu was out here wilding, dude. And I was like, bro, who is this guy? This dude is different. He ain't the dudes I'm watching on either one of these other channels, bro. Who is this cat? And man, what else? Man, I was listening to Taz on his social media page talk about Sabu, and you could tell he really took it hard because he mentioned that Sabu was originally brought in. He was brought in to put Sabu over. But Sabu was like, nah. We gonna go ahead. We about to do work. And he ended up putting Taz over. And that's how Taz got built up the way he did because of Sabu. Because Sabu was like that. It was like the way Macho Man was. How right. Macho Man was ready to put over another dude instead of himself. He said, I'm gonna be all right. Let me go ahead and take care of you.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that story DDP tells when
right.
Yeah, when DDP and Macho were having their program and Arn Anderson came in and was like, what do you want to do, Randy? And he goes, well, I think I'm gonna take the diamond cutter tonight. Like
yeah.
Do that.
That's how Sabu was, bro. Sabu ended up putting over Taz, and he said, I thank Sabu forever for that because that's what sent me on my run the way I was. Sabu was like, oh, I'm gonna be all right. You go ahead. And sure enough, Sabu was all right because Sabu was like untouchable. He was like a myth.
He really was.
He had this aura about him where you could not. He was ineffable, like they like to say. So Taz had thanked him about for that, but then he turned around and during Dynamite last night, the broadcast team was together, him, Excalibur, and Iya Riccaboni, and they cut over to Taz. Excalibur gave him the floor, and he sat there and he had to took off his sunglasses, and he 100% broke not character, but broke like aura, and he was just he was sitting there rubbing his eyes, and he was tearing up and stuff, bro. You could tell he was breaking because when he talked about Sabu, man, like if y'all can go back and watch it, do that, bro. Because I started tearing up listening to him, bro. Because I know Taz is usually, straight up Taz, and to hear him break is usually when he talking about one of his co-workers, so to speak, one of his friends. And he said after that program, he was forever, one of my friends and stuff like that. And it's sad to see, so many of my, my co-people, gone and stuff. And I was like, bro, you ain't never lying, bro. There's only like a handful of y'all ECW cats still around, man. Sandman, Tommy, Raven, RVD, Rhino,
Tez, Steve Carino,
Carino. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Carino. It was like
Lance
a
Stormer,
handful of, and Francine, she tells like some of the best
Francine.
stories too. She got
Yeah,
her own podcast, and she tells some of the best stories. But yeah, there's only like a handful of the dudes, still
man.
rocking from them days, man. A lot of them cats is not here with us, and like you said, he just had his retirement match, bro.
Yeah, that
And
wasn't that
he
long
was
ago.
suited up,
WrestleMania was not that long ago, man. We're barely
right?
in May, or the middle of May now. WrestleMania was what the middle of April.
Yeah, April. Like, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but
But
man,
yeah, man, like Punk, CM Punk gave a shout out to
yeah,
Sabu at the
yeah,
beginning of Raw. A lot of people went on social media and told they Sabu stories, and
hmm
everybody talked about how
very.
Sabu was so undefeated on Twitter. He had some of the craziest Twitter posts, just like
Oh, for sure.
random stuff, bruh. Just
Yeah,
like random stuff, or he'd be replying to somebody else and wouldn't even know. It was like when your uncle just finds out how to work social media. That's how Sabu was, and it
yeah,
was
for sure.
great.
Yeah, I mean, like I give my hats off to AEW and WWE. Very classy tributes to Sabu on both their ends. I'm sure TNA will give one tonight, since he did time there as well. I mean,
Right.
I can see the love. GCW, showed some love to Sabu, of course, on their social medias. So I mean, very classy. The wrestling world giving props. To a legend, man, which he deserves it. You got to give the flowers to someone who helped shape the future of the business.
Yeah, like you said, man, a lot of the stuff these dudes is doing nowadays, Sabu was the one doing that back then. That's why I'm sitting here like, bro, when I was like in middle school and watching this for the first time, I'm wilding because I ain't never seen nothing like this before. I'm
Exactly.
I'm WWE, WCW, dude. I ain't seen nothing like this dude was like jump like springboard from the that's when springboard stuff was just now getting done. Unless you were watching like real lucha libre,
Yeah.
like this cat springboarding from the ring to the floor, the ring to the announce table,
Shit. Hell.
barbed wire tables, leg drops, and springboard leg drops and stuff. That Arabian press, bro. I'm like, who is this dude? This like was blowing my mind in real time. Him and RVD.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he was the one that started the whole lights off, lights on entrance kind of thing. I think he was doing that shit way before he was doing it. The
Yeah, that
lights
was
off,
him.
they'd come back on, and there he'd be in the ring, just boom, pointing up.
That's why whenever you watched either WCW, not WCW, WWECW, or you watched, I think probably TNA too. Whenever he would make an appearance and them lights went out and they came back on, the crowd went nuts because they knew what it was.
Exactly.
And their mind was being blown in real time. And you see him, next thing you know, he pointing up and his Sabu, the crowd going nuts automatically.
Yep. Sabu, man, he was the man, dude. He really was.
Man, that's like when they say one of a kind with RVD. Same way with Sabu, one of a kind. That aura, the look, the myth, the stories, everything, one of a kind.
For sure. Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. Sabu, you will be missed, sir. Rest in peace. That's right. Oh man. Let's move on to a more let's try to get everybody out of the dumps here with our Saintly Savage Pop Culture Minute, man. Got a little bit of pop culture news. I know we talked about this. I think it was like a week or two ago. We talked about the season finale of Daredevil Born Again. We were both very favorable for it, right? I mean, both of us were pretty much on the same page with that. For the whole season, we thought it was great. We got more to look forward to, man, because they did their upfronts, convention, where television networks present the, shows that have been renewed. and upcoming new shows and yada yada. So Disney was there for upfronts, and Charlie Cox was in attendance to promote Daredevil season 2. And who did he bring out on stage to confirm all the rumors? But Kristen Ritter, aka Jessica Jones, is back officially in the MCU. We're gonna get to see Jessica Jones back in Daredevil Born Again season 2. So I'm so glad that they actually made it official, which gives me hope that we get to see a Defenders reunion really in the very near future. I can't wait. God, I hope they get our boy Luke Cage back, man. That's what I'm waiting for. I want to see Power Man back on our screens. Yeah, but hey, man, Jessica Jones was a great show. I'm super excited to see her back. I'm pretty sure she's super excited to be back. It was cool to see her and Charlie Cox sharing the stage at Upfronts together, so that was really nice to see. But yeah, hell yeah, man, I'm super excited for that, man.
Man, I love that show, Jessica Jones. Like I was just like the show introduced me to the character because I was aware of Iron Fist by proxy. He was always a background character in the MC in Marvel, like where they'd be like the street level guys, Daredevil, Spider-Man, Power Man, all them guys. He was always street level, but I seen him before, but I didn't know the lore of Iron Fist.
Same here.
And then watching Luke Cage, I knew of Luke Cage. I always knew of Luke Cage, but to hear, to watch his show, I ended up learning more about him because I never owned any Luke Cage comic books. So the Defenders was like, man, that was fire for me. That was straight fire. And to see all them characters like in their own setting, but then come together and they was just like so booted up, bro. It was, bruh.
Yeah.
If y'all have not seen the Defenders, hit that up. Hit that up ASAP.
I think it gets a lot of flack, but you should definitely check out. If you're unfamiliar, like if you're new to the character of Daredevil and his part of the MCU, do yourself a favor and rewatch those old Netflix shows. They're on Disney Plus. Check out Jessica Jones season 1. It is awesome. It is superb. It's a little. The content is very, very mature. I will say that.
You're like, oh, Disney.
It's a lot of a lot of implications of very toxic,
relationships and stuff. Yeah,
and just it's. I mean, I don't want to really get into it, but it is really, really awesome. It's a very amazing show. Very well written. It definitely brought the character to light for me because I didn't really know much of. I knew who Jessica Jones was, but I didn't really know her backstory. And this definitely brought that character, gave a lot more respect to the character for me anyway. And I became a fan immediately. And I thought Kristen Ritter was, just
she was perfect. Character. Like everything, just about everything she does, she's perfect.
Yeah, and it actually in the first season actually introduces you to Luke Cage. That's and Luke Cage's show came after the first season of Jessica Jones, so you need to check that out if you haven't. So that way you get familiar with the character and get ready for her to reappear in Daredevil season 2. We got some shout outs here. Shout out to Taryn Rodriguez, host of SoCal Supreme Sports and Set Point. Good afternoon, SoCal Saint and T5. Hope you're having a great final show. Yeet. It's been an honor supporting you, Martine, aka the SoCal Saint. I hope you crush it wherever you go, but I know you will. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. And the boy Larry B in the chat room, head honcho, just finished up with the defining moment. Thanks for 11 great years, man. Thank you, man. I love you, bro. Thank you for you, Larry, and again to my boy Ralph in the chat. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. And man, what I want to talk about besides just mentioning the Jessica Jones bit for the pop culture minute, Superman and Ironheart official trailers yesterday. They both dropped. They both dropped. Man, so what'd you think, man? Did you get a chance to look at them?
Bruh, I was not prepared for this. I didn't know the Ironheart one was coming out. Superman, I hadn't seen like 2 of them already, and I didn't know a new one was coming out. And I was joking with my pops when I was watching it. I was giving him a little commentary. I was like, hey, Lois Lane, hey, who you think you is? You can't be pressing him like that. You can't, that's Superman. You can't be pressing
that.
Superman like that. You can't be asking the line of questions. I need to be Superman's PR person. You cannot be asking my client them type of questions. You can't be pressing Superman like that. Who do you think you is, Miss Lane? This is the Daily Planet. Bro, it was
man. I thought old girl was written exactly how Lois would be. Lois ain't gonna take no shit from nobody, including
right, bro. Man. I was like, hey, good time out, because we used to Lois Lane being so well, Superman. Let me get my notes together and all kind of stuff. Nah, she was pressing Superman. She ain't care. She was pressing old boy, and I was like, and then Superman had to get up out his chair for a minute. Nah, time out. I think he's like, yeah, you were illegally sent there. You were illegally in another country. He was like, I'm illegal in a lot of countries. I'm an alien.
I feel like I may be the minority in this, but for fans of Smallville, maybe they'll co-sign this opinion I have. But I thought the personality that Lois expressed in that scene that we got at the very beginning of the trailer reminded me of Erica Durance's take on Lois from Smallville. Oh yeah, because
she was pressing.
Lois on the show was just very, from this beginning, she was just like, I don't take no shit from anybody, including you, Smallville. You know what I mean? Like,
right. She was about that life. Lois was about that life.
She was always and then when she started like developing this love for like journalism throughout her turn on the series, because she showed up as just a minor character popping in and out before she became a series regular.
Mm-hmm.
You know, till she stayed throughout the remainder of the show till the series finale. But I thought our new Lois Lane and the DCU was very, very on brand. I really thought it was very well done. Soups has got a personality, man. I got to give corn sweat, man. That scene in the trailer, he goes, eyes appear, and he just fucking takes off flying straight up. I thought that was awesome, man. It just I got high hopes, and hopefully they will be met. They'll be on brand, on point whenever the film drops in the middle of July. We're only a couple months away from it coming out. There's a big IMAX theater here in Fort Worth. I'm hoping that they'll be showing a screening of that, because I definitely would love to see Superman on an IMAX screen, man. I'm excited, man. This trailer, it gave us a little more than what we've already seen, but didn't spoil the story, because I still don't know what the heck is going on, which is great, because I feel like trailers today give you the whole damn plot, you know?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, but like I said, the first one and this one, they both showed them the big old kaiju monster. We don't know where the hell he came from. So I'm like, cool. Don't give away too much. Give us something to wet our whistle. We're like, what? Superman gonna be fighting a big kaiju? All right. So we don't know nothing else about it. Just they gonna be out here slinging. All right, cool. We seen
see our boy, such a good boy, Crypto, beating the shit engineer. I love that. That was cool. And I don't know what happens. I would love to see. I'm ready to see what happens. How the hell does Lex find the Fortress of Solitude?
Right. Him and old girl pulled up. That's got to be Mercy, right?
No, that's the engineer.
Oh, all right. That's the engineer. Oh, my bad. Okay. Yeah, they pulled up. They pulled up in the Fortress of Solitude like he owed them money, like the rent was due.
And then we got some more. We actually got some more footage of Metamorpho. That was cool.
Yeah, we saw Guy and Mr. Terrific and Hawk Girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Trying to think what else we saw. Oh, we got more of Pa and Ma Kent.
Yeah. We did see that. Yeah, bro.
Cool. Yeah, and we got a little bit. Yeah, a lot of. I wonder if he's gonna spend a lot of time on the farm, because it looks like he's just chilling at home. You know, and Ma Kent cleans your boots for you, or dusted your boots off.
Right. Yeah. Like, he getting some of that. He getting some of that good advice from old Jonathan Kent.
That's right.
And that's important. So we all know like the father-son dynamic between them, since his biological father is not with him. Jonathan Kent was always that dude, always his moral compass. And to see that, with him, yeah, don't you mess with me, bro. Don't you mess with these feelings. Don't you mess with these. Don't you.
I know.
Don't hand me all the handing out. Show up. Where's your popcorn, sir? Oh no, I just need these tissue papers. Just start handing out Kleenex to everybody. He came prepared. Sure. He understood the assignment.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be emotional, man. I know James Gunn knows how to pull on our heartstrings. If you've seen any of the Guardians of the Galaxy films,
yeah, bro,
how emotional he can take a story, especially the last one, man. Damn, I was
right with Kurt Russell. Yeah, bro. That's why I'm so like I have trust issues with certain franchises, but when it comes to James Gunn, I'm like, okay, I seen what he can do. I seen him cook, and his tastes pretty good. So all right, let me see what he do with those soups. Now, if he stick the landing with soups, you could tell me he about to do Batman or he about to do whoever the hell else, and I'm gonna be down for it. If he could finally stick the landing with Superman, if we could finally stick the landing. Then I'll be like, yeah, you got the right dude. You got the right dude.
It's like Superman, since the Christopher Reeves films, has only been done successfully on television. Let's just be real. Like, I know there's a lot of people that don't really talk favorably about the Lois and Clark TV show anymore, but I mean, it was
fun.
It was on TV longer than a lot of people expected. And then Smallville brought us a new interpretation for the mythos, and that lasted 10 seasons. I grew up with that show.
You ain't lying.
It was in freshman year of high school, the first season. I started freshman year of high school the year that first season started. So I literally grew up with Clark throughout I was on that same journey with him.
Right. Whenever somebody save me comes on, you already know it's time to pull up.
I still love that, man. Still love that. Michael Rosenbaum is still I will die on that hill. Michael Rosenbaum is the best live action Lex Luthor.
Bro, his interpretation of Lex Luthor killed because you wanted to root for him, but you know this dude was down bad.
Yeah.
And to see the way him and his dad went back and forth and stuff, Lionel, you was like, bro, I want to root for him, but I know this dude down bad. I know he down bad.
Exactly. I understand, man. I totally agree. And then for people who slept on that last CW series, Superman and Lois, you really did yourself a disservice because that show was
good, bro.
Fantastic.
It's good.
Fantastic. So whatever couldn't be done on film because for some reason they just couldn't get it right after the Christopher Reeve film series. Like I know they tried again with Superman Returns, but prior to that, we were supposed to get Superman Lives with Nicolas Cage. And that was, of course, a production in development hell that never came to fruition.
Yep.
And then we get Superman Returns with Brandon Routh, and I really, really wanted to love that movie so bad.
Me too.
It's just so boring. It really is just.
It was, bro, man. Kevin Spacey ain't ain't do no favors to that. I'm like, bro, it was just like mad boring. Like, bro.
He doesn't throw a punch at all in that movie, not one. And I thought we were on a course for correction with Man of Steel because I'm probably in the minority, but I fucking love Man of Steel.
We talked about this, bro. Yeah, we both love that jerk, bro. Like, bro, that him and Zod.
Yes,
that scrap was my boy. That was my heart right there, bro. I ain't see Superman scrap like that live action ever, bro. And right. I was all for it.
Hell yeah. Those visuals of him, like where it's following him, where he's like flying and punching Zod.
Yeah.
Oh man,
they was going ham, boy.
Dude, if they would have just if they just stayed on course and not, basically Warner Brothers shot themselves in the foot because they wanted to try to catch up to Marvel way too fast.
Yeah, they just doing too much.
And they scrapped Man of Steel 2 to be like, all right, let's just start world building. We're going to have Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, and then we're going to tease the other Justice League members all in one film.
Doing too much, doing way too much.
Way too much, way too soon. And it sucks because Henry Cavill was a fucking awesome Superman.
Oh,
I thought he was probably one of the best
they
casts.
finally got it right.
Yes, they
They
did.
finally got it right.
And then they just, like I said, they shot themselves in the foot. And now we're at where we are now. And there's a lot of Snyder fans that are just like pissed off and want to see this film fail, want to see James Gunn fail. And there's others like myself are kind of hopefully optimistic. These trailers have been great, but I've seen plenty of great trailers that turn out to be shit.
Oh yeah, we done been through that. We like I say, a lot of people have trust issues. A lot of people like, oh, that was a great trailer. Now, can they stick the landing? Because we done been here before, bruh. What you said about the Snyder fans, hey, bruh, I love that Snyder cut, Batman Snyder cut. I mean, Justice League Snyder cut.
Same
But
here.
bro, we gotta let that one go, fam.
Yeah.
We gotta let that one go. It's not. I loved it too, but we gotta let that go, baby.
It's time to
It's not. It's we cried for a little. We hugged each other. We consoled each other, and we just gotta let it go, man. We just gotta let that one go, bruh. That's not happening no more, man. We just gotta
let it go.
You got this time to let it go, bro. We just gotta and support this new joint. I think James Gunn is gonna. I hope he sticks to landing. He hasn't shown me no reason not to believe.
Same here.
I'm like the little kid in the trailer holding up the flagpole. He's like, please, Superman. That's me with James Gunn right now. I'm like, please, James Gunn. I got my little flagpole and James Gunn. Please, James Gunn. Clutching my eyes closed. That's me, bro. That's me. Stick the landing, bro. Stick the landing. You can worry about everybody else after. You can worry about Green Lantern, Buddy Cop Show, Batman, Wonder Woman, whoever else you want to do, Titans, whatever. Worry about that later. Just stick the landing on this one, and all will be forgiven.
Legitimately, Superman is the tentpole of the DC universe. And if this film is not a success, I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, they're going to come for him. The DC fans and comic book fans, they're going to come for him.
I honestly don't see it as a failure, but it would be shocking if this film performs under expectations. And now
it would have to be something like real stupid within the plot that we didn't see during the trailer. Like something like that ain't make not a lick of sense.
Right.
And that happened for us to be like, oh hell no.
Right.
What do you mean? What happened? You ain't seen the Superman movie? Nah, not yet. Don't. What do you mean? It would have to be something like that for you to leave the theater and tell everybody and their mama, oh, you saw the Superman movie? Good. Don't.
Right.
It would have to be something wild.
It would have to be. It literally would have to be something crazy to keep people from hitting the theater.
And I don't see James Gunn doing anything wild like that. Like going out, he goes outside the box, but not like that.
No,
he a comic book dude too.
Yeah, he grew up on comics, so he tries to stay true to what he grew up on. You know what I mean? He uses those as a blueprint, as a filmmaker should. You know, I don't know what it is with these filmmakers that want to try and reinterpret certain characters and tell their cast not to read the source material for somebody that, for something that they have no idea about. How the hell does that make any sense?
Like, yeah, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Oh, we about to kill off half the Justice League in the beginning of the movie. We about to pull a X3. We gonna kill off Professor X in the beginning of the movie. We about to kill off the Justice League in the beginning of the movie. We about to kill off the whole JLA at the beginning of the movie. And it's gonna be Superman's fault.
You better not do some shit like
that. Please, James Gunn, you're our only hope. I'm clutching that flagpole, baby. Please, James Gunn.
What else?
Then they brought the music back too, bro.
Yeah, it's like a mix of both. Like it's new, and there's elements of the John Williams score of Superman in there.
That touched my soul right there.
Very much so. That's one of my favorite scores for any superhero movie. It's
you ain't lying. Yep.
My top four, because I mean it's kind of hard to narrow it down. Like my top four is definitely Superman by John Williams, Danny Elfman's Batman theme from the Michael Keaton films, I don't know. I don't know if you would consider it a score, but the X-Men '97 theme, like that's iconic. Yeah, iconic.
I'm dancing to it right now too. I'm glad I'm on my cell phone. Bro, that and Batman animated series.
Yes, I was about to say that in Batman the Animated Series, which is very Danny Elfman-esque, like
10
almost.
out of 10 because it's so classical. It
Yeah,
ain't got like no hard guitars or nothing weird, and it's just, bro, it's just iconic, dude.
yeah, and it's like it follows like the trailer, or like the opening credits, like when
Yeah.
Batman land on that rooftop, and
Mm-hmm.
dun dun dun, and just focuses on just his eyes, that silhouette, like ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And at the end, he just posted up with the wind blowing, just posted up.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
and that light and that thunder crack. Ooh, yeah,
yep. Woo.
I know, iconic, man.
Well, we ate good
Um,
as kids, bro. We ate real good.
that's right. So, what did you think of the Ironheart trailer? I know Marvel
Bro.
not to be outdone by DC. They dropped the Ironheart trailer, and that premieres on June 24th on Disney Plus. I don't know if they're gonna do one episode or two. Usually they throw about one or
Yeah,
two.
remember like 2 or 3 of them out there.
I don't know too much about Riri Williams. I know she's fairly new to the comic books world in the last like
Yeah.
10, 15 years. Created by Brian Michael Bendis, the same person that created Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Um, she was introduced to the MCU and to comic book movie fans in live action for the very first time in the sequel to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. As a side character, I mean, she did her she did a lot in that film. It was a nice little introduction. But now we're going to get her in her own solo series, and the gap between the two of them has been a couple of years now between those two, that film and the show. I thought the trailer was nice. It was nice to see that Ryan Coogler is the executive producer of this show, so hopefully he had a lot of input in how her character is presented and written throughout the run of this series. I'm not really sure how many episodes it is, but I'm optimistic. I'm gonna check it out, because I know Marvel's definitely been more of a miss than a hit when it comes to their television shows. So I'm cautiously optimistic, is how I'm gonna put it.
Yeah, I'm fairly in the know about Riri Williams. I remember when I first got introduced to her, and I found out about her and her connection with Tony Stark, and I followed her for a while. I haven't read any Ironheart books, but I followed her like through like a lot of the wrestling podcasts and wrestling YouTube show. I'm not wrestling. Comic book YouTube shows that followed them. They read them for me, man, and I follow her through there, so I know fairly enough about her. And to see the trailer basically kind of follows her life from the comics, I'm like, all right, cool. So they sticking to it. I
Yeah,
see
everything
another
except
Black Panther.
the whole Tony Stark thing is definitely missing from that, because obviously, for obvious
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Because like Tony Stark is the one who kind of found her in the comic books and started
right.
funding her and everything. So the fact that Tony Stark is not going to be here, it kind of Well, I like to see how that works out. I like to see how they
They
work around that.
substituted Shuri for Tony, so I mean,
Yeah.
so
So that's cool. All right. But everything else is pretty much still the same. Her trying to fund her stealing parts and everything from MIT and trying to fund her work and everything with these stolen parts and stuff, and her coming up with this bare bones Iron Man type suit
yeah.
from Jump and everything. So I'm like you. I'm cautiously optimistic. So far, Marvel has done pretty well with the Disney Plus stuff, so I'm down for it.
I don't know too much about the villain of the series, the Hood, I guess is what he's called. I'm gonna have
Mhm.
to do some research on him and kind of get a feel for what his character is and see if
Mhm.
the show follows like his character arc from the comics, or if there's going to be a change or whatever. But I don't really know, like I said, I really don't know too much about the hood. So I got to do some research before the show comes on, because I try to inform myself, on stuff I don't know too much about, because I don't want to go in there blind,
Yeah, sometimes I'll go in blind, and sometimes I'll be like, okay, let me just see what happens, and then the stuff I don't understand or characters I don't remember, then I'll go back and look and stuff like that. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Who is that? So I think I'm gonna end up having to do that with this one, because like with a lot of the other Disney Plus stuff, I was pretty much aware of those characters, even though they may not have been like super popular or whatever. I still was aware of some of them, and I was like, "Oh, so and so's in here too. All right, cool. Oh, they gave so and so a shout out. All right." So I'll probably go in, blind, and see what's what.
Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you there, man. So like, I really don't have too much to say about it. I will admit, between the two of them, I was more lit for Superman, but I enjoyed the trailer for Ironheart. It's just like, I really don't know that much about the character like I know about Superman. You know what I mean? So of course, I'm looking towards being more excited about Superman than Ironheart, but not to say that my excitement's not there. Especially knowing that Ryan Coogler is involved, was involved in the process at any point, So hopefully his interpretation of Riri from Wakanda Forever carries over into the show. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping for, anyway.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's it for the pop culture minute today. For our last one, man, our last Saintly Savage pop culture minute of the IE Wrestling Show. Let's take a quick little break here from a couple of our affiliates, and when we come back, we're getting a little bit of wrestling news and talk about what a big Memorial Day weekend. Wrestling is taking over Memorial Day weekend next week, which I didn't even realize until I looked at the dates. I'm like, oh yeah, Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a busy week, a weekend that for wrestling fans. I don't know how we're gonna manage, but but yeah, when we come back, we'll get into that in just a moment. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back with the final episode of the IA Wrestling Show in just a moment.
Hello, sports fans. It's me, your boy Larry B, and I want to walk you through the world of sports. No, not just the mainstream major TV deal type sports, although those are important too. But let me be your guide through your journey of all sports, from college to the pros, the minors, and everything in between. Each week, we are talking sports galore with true diehards just like you from a hardcore fan's perspective that's sure to quench your thirst around leagues you may know all too well and some you may even discover here. That's right, sports fans. If you love sports of all kinds, enjoy hearing amazing sports stories, and respect all sports because you know how difficult any of them can be to play or compete in, then this is your show. Join me, your boy Larry B, on The Defining Moment each week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports, and let the sports come to you.
What's up, Pittsburgh? This is Ralph DeLeese, the host of the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Are you that passionate, diehard Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, or just a Pittsburgh sports fan? Then please join me on the Injury Report every Tuesday on IE Sports Radio, the direct feed for all that is sports. And I will update you on all that's black and gold, have you telling your Pittsburgh fans and friends what's up with Pittsburgh sports. Tune in Tuesday with me, Ralph Calise, the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let's go!
Yo, and we are back live with the IE Wrestling Show. We heard from the Defining Moment. It's hosted by our boy Larry B. And, of course, the Yinzer Report hosted by my boy Ralph Calise. Yeet. Shout out to both of y'all. We are back live right here. Real quick, I got to backtrack. There was one little story that I forgot to mention on the Pop Culture Minute. I think, Larry B., if you're still listening live, I think you're going to get a kick out of this. Any football fan is going to get a kick out of this. Two of my favorite actors are going to be starring in a biopic of the late, great John Madden. It was announced by Amazon MGM Studios with a official post and an official first look photo. Your first look of Christian Bale as Al Davis and Nicolas Cage as John Madden. In the upcoming film Madden, production is currently underway. The film follows Madden's remarkable journey from his Super Bowl winning partnership with Al Davis and the Raiders to creating Madden NFL, the video game, and becoming one of the most iconic voices in football history. David O. Russell is directing the film, which also stars John Mulvaney as Trip Hawkins, Catherine Hahn as Virginia Madden, and Sienna Miller as Carol Davis. So, wow, we got Nicolas Cage playing John Madden. I'm excited because I like Nicolas Cage. He's such a fucking weirdo. And I can't wait. Like, yes, I play football, and then I want to make a football game, and it's gonna be, it's football.
that was so spot on, bro.
I can't wait,
bro. When I got the Bleacher Report notification, and I was like, this is kind of odd. But then I was like, okay, it's early in the morning. I'm drinking coffee. I'm like, okay, I'm curious. So I click on the link, Bleach Report. I scroll down, and I see the picture of him, of Nicolas Cage as John Madden and Christian Bale as Al Davis, and they're standing next to each other by the goalpost, flashing their rings. I was like,
yeah, exactly.
I was like, well, damn. Wow. They looked the part. I'm like, bro, I was not expecting that. I was like, bro, I was telling my pops, because my pops is sight impaired, so I was describing it to him. I was like, he got the flowy hair from like the 70s and junk.
Yeah.
I'm like, he got the track jacket on. I'm like, bro, he looks like John Madden.
Yeah, exactly.
And oh boy, I said,
Raiders.
I was telling him that, man, everything Christian Bale does, he sticks his foot all the way off in, bro. He goes 100%.
He's method, man.
Yeah. So I'm like, I can't wait to see what he does with Al Davis. Just win, baby. I can't wait to see what he does with that, man. So I'm like, hey, until we get a trailer, I am here.
Yeah.
I am here for it.
I'm all for it too. Can you imagine when they do how like Madden used to, do the whole
yeah, that's what I was doing for my pops. I was like, I'll see it here and I'll seal here and right here and Alec here and then boom.
Yeah, right. He's gonna go here and then boom.
Now we got ourselves a nice plate of turducken.
And boom, goes the dynamite.
I'm so here for this.
Oh man. Let's get into some wrestling news. Breaking news from Upfronts. Gonna be on MGM Studios, Amazon MGM Studios and Prime Video. WWE superstar The Miz has been announced as the new host of the United States version of Gladiators on Amazon Prime. The American Gladiators coming back, and The Miz is going to be the one hosting American Gladiators on this.
We back, baby.
We are back. I grew up on American Gladiators.
So. You ain't lying, bro.
I'll give it a shot.
Saturday mornings on what? With probably Fox or whatever. Man, American Gladiators, the Eliminator, bro.
Yep.
That was my show, bro. That
Yeah,
was
it was fun.
just sit back, be a kid, and watch the Gladiators, and be
Yep.
like, man, that look fun. Oh, we about to. Oh, don't run! Ah!
I remember when they even had a Nintendo video game for that, American Gladiators.
I never played that.
I did play that. I actually had it. That shit, yeah. Congratulations to former World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest. He's being inducted into the Bronx Bronx Walk of Fame.
Oh,
The
wow.
star and former world champion is being honored by his home borough alongside other Bronx legends as part of Bronx Week 2025. Priest said, "To say I am honored and grateful is an understatement. I truly feel privileged to be recognized by a borough, city, and state that I love. Thank you, New York. Well deserved for the Archer of Infamy getting inducted into the Bronx Walk of Fame." So congratulations to you, Damian Priest. This is some local wrestling news coming out of right here in my backyard of Fort Worth, Texas, in the little tiny city of Bedford, which is about 20, 25 minutes from where I reside in White Settlement. It's going to be at the MPX Event Center in Bedford, Texas. MPX Wrestling is a local indie fed that's owned by Matthew Palmer, who, for most insiders or fans, if you know, he is the husband of current Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena. He will be participating and I believe co-promoting a tournament called the Texas Title Tournament Saturday, June 28th with Wrestling Revolver. So MPX and Wrestling Revolver coming together to create the Wrestling Revolver Texas Title Tournament, a one-night tournament for the inaugural Revolver Texas Championship. Matthew Palmer will be one of the participants involved in the tournament, and also just announced for the tournament as well, formerly known as Fuego de Sol, the newly brand KJ Orso will be a part of the tournament.
Wow.
And it's going to be airing live on Triller TV Plus. You could actually watch it live also on the MPX Wrestling Twitch streaming channel as well. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna try and I think I'm on vacation that week, so I'm gonna try and see if I can get myself a ticket and go to this indie show. I don't want to miss that. Any fans out there? I know I talked about this I think we talked about it last week, that Cora Jade, formerly known as Cora Jade, Elena Black, is going to be starting an OF page for all you gooners out there. But also announced by Game Wrestling, GCW. Elena Black returns to GCW for 5 shows starting in June. June 20th, she'll be in Little Rock. July 5th, she'll be in Hartford, Connecticut. July 11th, she'll be right here in Dallas, Texas. July 19th, she'll be in Coney Island. And then August 1st, she'll be in Rutherford, New Jersey. And you can watch all this live on Triller TV Plus. So she's already lined up her future in wrestling. She'll be returning to GCW for 5 big shows.
There you go.
So that's good. I'm glad she's already getting
the ground running.
I'm happy to see that. And that's really all we have for wrestling news in terms of just like news stories wise. So wrestling takes over Memorial Day weekend, y'all. Big weekend for professional wrestling. Starting with Friday, May 23rd, is the TNA premium live event, TNA Under Siege 2025. TNA Under Siege 2025. That's going to be, of course, I said it's going to be Friday, May 23rd. So let me get this up. I'm trying to find the card here so I can pull that up. We can talk about the matches real quick. I'll try to go through them as best we can before we sign off for the final time. Here we go. Sorry. I'm doing this all on the spot. TNA Under Siege 2025 will be live from the CAA Center in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, and it's going to be airing live on TNA Plus. And these are the matches that have been announced for the event so far. I don't know. I think there might be a couple more matches announced beforehand. But as of now, there's only 4 matches announced. We have the Nemeth brothers, Nick and Ryan Nemeth, defending their TNA World Tag Team titles against the team of Matt Hardy and Leon Slater. So that's an interesting tag team there. Leon Slater and Matt Hardy. I think Jeff is on the. I don't know if it's kayfabe or. Oh, that's right. Okay, so Jeff Hardy.
Where is it at?
In Ontario, Canada. That's why Jeff's not in this match.
Can't go to Canada.
Can't go to Canada. Yeah,
can't cross the border.
Issues. Yeah, that's right. So I think they had to shoot a kayfabe thing to take him out of the match. So
yeah,
that's unfortunate for Jeff. I mean,
that's why I immediately asked when you said Leon Slater. I was like, where is it at? Oh, I thought it was either Ontario. If you would have said Ontario, California, I've been like, okay, I don't know why. But you said Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, that's why.
Can't cross the border.
It's unfortunate. Jeff can't cross the border, so Matt's got a new tag team partner for this tag team title match in Leon Slater. Eddie Edwards goes one-on-one with Cody Deaner. If Deaner wins this match, he will receive a new TNA contract. So that's the stipulation for this match. One of the most random TNA Knockouts World Championship matches, I think, in the last 10 years, maybe even longer. Masha Slamovich defends the TNA Knockouts World Championship against Victoria Crawford. If you don't know that name,
Alicia Fox.
That's right. She is Alicia Fox from the WWE.
You gotta say it like Noam Dar. Alicia Fox.
Foxy.
Foxy.
Foxy. That's so random. What the? I thought she was retired.
Woo, me too, bro. Like,
I'm sure Masha will do quick work of her. And in the main event, Joe Hendry teams with Elijah to take on Frankie the Future Kazarian and Trick Williams in a tag team main event match, which is definitely going to be a preview of what's to come later on in the weekend for NXT, but more on that here in a bit.
What could quite possibly go wrong?
Exactly. So WWE, not to be outdone, has 2 big events coming up that same weekend. The first one is going to be Saturday the 24th, which will be where is it? Here we go.
This is bonus like the world's collide.
Saturday night's main event 39. Saturday night's main event 39. It's going to be the 39th Saturday night's main event. And 2 matches have already been made for this event. It's going to be live from Tampa, Florida at the Yuengling Center in Tampa, Florida, airing live on NBC and Peacock, excuse me, and YouTube and Netflix and other international markets. It'll be for the World Heavyweight Championship in his very first title defense since winning the title at WrestleMania. Main event, Jey Uso, 4 letters, 1 word, yeet, defends the title against Logan Paul. I know. I mean, hopefully it'll be a good match. I'm not super excited about it either, but and definitely I think this would be the main event, most likely. Tag team match. CM Punk teams with Sami Zayn to take on Seth freaking Rollins and Braun Breaker. So those are the 2 matches set so far for Saturday night's main event. Maybe we'll get some more matches signed up as far as this coming Friday on SmackDown. I think I'm take this with a grain of salt. I think we're gonna get John Cena versus R-Truth at Saturday night's main event.
I think that is our main event.
I think that's what we're gonna get at Saturday night's main event. So that's the other event that's going on that weekend on Saturday, May 24th. And then we get a doubleheader on Sunday, May 25th, the day before Memorial Day. Going head to head will be NXT Battleground and AEW's Double or Nothing. So let's start with, since we're already in Tampa talking about Saturday night's main event, let's talk about NXT Battleground real quick. NXT Battleground will be live from also the Yingling Center in Tampa, Florida on Sunday, May 25th. And these are the matches that have been announced for NXT Battleground so far. Only 4 matches so far. It'll be in a one-on-one match after the events of NXT Stand and Deliver. Tony D'Angelo tries to get revenge against the man who stabbed him in the back, that rat, Channing Stacks Lorenzo.
We don't like no rats in the family, bruh.
That's right. I ain't doing that. No rats. No more rats. You stab me in the back. Now I'm going to stab you in the front. I don't know. That makes sense, I guess. I don't know. One-on-one, I'm really looking forward to this match. For the NXT Women's Championship, my girl, Stephanie Vakir. Oh, yeah, man. Goes one-on-one with Muscle Mommy herself, Thick Mama Pump, Jordan Grace. So for the second year in a row, Jordan Grace is getting an NXT Women's Championship match at Battleground. Last year, of course, she fought Roxanne Perez and unsuccessfully, I might add, in that match for the NXT Women's title. So this is her second opportunity at the NXT Women's Championship, her first as an active NXT roster member. So this should be, this could be match of the night for sure. For the very first time ever, the TNA World Championship will be defended on an NXT show on a premium live event. Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion, defends the title against the former NXT champion, Trick Williams.
Say his name and he appear. We're gonna whoop that Trick.
Man, that's gonna be a good match. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully the Dark State doesn't try to get involved in that shit and cost Hendry the title. That would be insane if they worked out some shit like that and put that belt on Trick. I would be shocked.
Them Dark States? I like the name of that. That's all we need is some more dark meat on TNA.
That's right.
I mean, on NXT. That's my kind of show right there.
I like my coffee dark and black.
That's my kind of show right there. All that dark meat. There's something for everyone.
And in the main event for the NXT Championship, probably the most random main event in a very, very long time, Obafemi, the ruler of NXT, defends the NXT Championship against Miles Bourne. Miles Bourne won a number one contendership battle royal to earn this opportunity. And this past Tuesday, I got to say, man, he made a believer out of me. I don't see that title, but he made a believer out of me with that promo he cut. For those who don't know, Miles is hearing impaired from a condition I think he was born with.
He's partially deaf.
He's partially deaf. So that explains the way he sounds when he speaks. But man, he cut a very, very just straight to the point, from the heart promo this past Tuesday in NXT, and God damn it, man! Like he almost got me like choked up, man. Like I want to be. Basically, he was like, I want to be judged by my ability, not my disability. And that's what kids and people with disabilities want.
Yeah, you can do it too. He was like, yeah, all the cats from at home with a disability, showing that you can do it too. And I was like, hey, I'm here for it. We need more baby faces in that not only in NXT but in like the main event picture.
Exactly.
We need more singles dudes in the NXT main event picture. If Miles Bourne could be that dude, step up and make a name in defeat, then I'm here for it, man. He got me. He got me.
Mm-hmm. I'll be looking forward to that match. I don't know if we'll get another couple matches announced for the event. I think we will. I
love the crowd, boy. The NXT crowd is undefeated. I love that he can't hear you. To Ethan Page, he can't hear you.
That was crazy. That was fucking crazy. I can't believe. I mean, damn. I
Because
don't know what the hell
usually he's the one cracking the jokes. When they do the backstage segments, he's usually the one cracking the depth jokes. So he's cool with it. But
Yeah,
NXT,
exactly.
the NXT Full Sail crowd, they understood the assignment.
They did.
The more Ethan Page kept going, it was like, he can't hear you.
That's crazy. But funny, but very funny. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to NXT Battleground. Very solid card, I will say, so far. Unless they announce one or two more matches. Very solid. The other event that's taking place the same day as NXT Battleground is AEW's Double or Nothing 2025. This will be the 7th annual Double or Nothing event since the inception of AEW as a promotion. The first one to take place outside of Las Vegas, because very famously, Double or Nothing is always in Las Vegas, taking place at.
It had the casino theme.
Yeah, the casino theme. Yeah, except for, of course, the COVID years. At Daly's place, out in Tampa or out in Orlando, right? Or Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. Jacksonville. Yeah.
Jacksonville. So this one takes place at the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona, this coming Sunday, May 25th. And these are the matches that have been announced so far. This is not an updated list. I think we're missing like one match, I think, if I'm not. Maybe you can correct me on that. But the list I have, I'm only showing 4 matches. But I think there should be at least 5 announced so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so because I think last night they announced Anarchy in the Arena, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be what? The Neo Moxleys and Gabe Kidd versus what?
Swerve. Shit. Who else? There was Joe, the Samoan Joseph. I think all the ops should be there. I don't know about Hook, but Shibata should be back.
Okay, so
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Joe. Who else?
Powerhouse Hobbs. I think Shibata's supposed to be coming back.
Okay.
Because they wrote him off with injury. They jumped him and beat him up. Swerve. Willow, because her and Marina was going at it. Willow's gonna be in it.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's gonna be the first one where you have a woman,
female.
Yeah, females in it. Kenny Omega.
Oh, that's right, Kenny. Yeah, that's right, Kenny. All right. So yeah, that makes sense. And so the other matches I see right here on the card that have been announced for Double or Nothing are the finals of the Men's Owen Hart Foundation Cup Tournament Final. The winner earns an AEW World Championship match at All In Texas. Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page. And then we have the Women's Owen Hart Foundation Cup Tournament Final. Same thing. The winner earns a AEW Women's World Championship match at All In Texas. Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter. Timeless Toni Storm will defend her AEW Women's World Championship against Amina Shirakawa. And the Hurt Syndicate will defend their AEW World Tag Team titles against Crew, the team of Action Andretti and Leo Rush, or the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. So I guess there's going to be a match between those two teams, and the winner faces.
On Collision.
On Collision, okay.
Yeah. Crew versus Sons of Texas on Collision. Winner goes against the Hurt Syndicate on Double or Nothing.
Okay. So that's what's announced so far. I'm surprised that because I know Tony likes to fucking fill those cards, man. So I'm shocked. There's only about 5 matches announced so far.
I think they're gonna add. Who was it? They still have. I don't know if Okada's gonna be part of Anarchy in the Arena, and then you have Adam Cole as well, who has the TNT title. I don't think he has a match yet. So there's like 2 other matches that could be added, and then there's they were teasing Ricochet versus I can see Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe. I don't know if that's gonna be a 0 hour match or if that's gonna be on the actual card.
Okay. I saw that Zach Gallen was on Dynamite last night wrestling Ricochet.
Yeah.
That's good to see Zach Gallen. Because I know he was in a dark place for a while. I think he had gotten addicted. To some.
He's been clean and he's been living his life. He'll wrestle on the indies, sparingly. Like I think he's had like maybe 8 matches I heard in the last year. So he wrestles like every now and then and stuff, and so he's still active out there. And you could tell, by his work last night, he still got it. So
he can still go. He can still go, man.
Yeah, so it was a nice little spot for him to come in and show, he's still out here cooking.
Yeah, that's true. That's good. Yeah, it was good to see him.
Then Ricochet get that good heat. taking the man leg. Last week he took his leg and went up the ramp with it.
Fucking Ricochet, man. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, man, if you're a wrestling fan, you got more than enough to eat well next week for Memorial Day weekend.
Man, you're gonna be full off of barbecue. You're gonna be full off of this wrestling. You're just gonna be barbecue sauce all over your mouth.
Yep.
Get off that top rope, boy.
Man, I forgot to mention this during our wrestling news segment, but it was announced that some TNA talents are going to be headed to AAA for their Triple Mania.
Wow!
Moose has been announced. Joe Hendry, the champ, is going to be there. And then the Nemeth brothers, Ryan and Nick, have been announced for Triple Mania.
All right.
Yeah, so got a lot of got a lot of stuff going on there with Triple Mania. WWE trying to get since they do own Triple A now.
I'd like to see if the presentation is gonna be like now.
Yeah, I do too. I do. I'm eager to see that because I mean that's gonna be right before Triple Mania. I think takes place the weekend before they do Worlds Collide.
I believe so, huh?
Yeah, I think so because I think it's on the 11th of June.
Yeah, because that Worlds Collide, they have like a double show. Like they have the Worlds Collide show. Then later that afternoon, they have another show.
There's Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be busy. There's a lot of people. I know we talked about this last week. We said per PW Insider, apparently John Cena versus CM Punk isn't currently the plan for Money in the Bank.
Which was a surprise.
Which is very surprising because WWE they say they want to wait for the right moment. I feel like that is the right moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, give the call
back.
Yeah,
the story tells itself.
I feel like that's their most famous match is the Money in the Bank match.
I like what they're doing with Seth Rollins and stuff, but man, you need to separate. Let CM Punk go up to that John Cena stuff. Money in the Bank.
Exactly. And backtracking to that, do you think we're going to get a third man with this new Heyman alliance at Saturday night's main event?
Man, a lot of people want to see them with add another member. Part of me feels like they just want to keep it at 2,
right?
Unless, and here's my imaginary tinfoil hat. Sami Zayn turns on CM Punk and joins Seth because Seth tried to preach to him. Seth tried to preach to him. Hey, go on SmackDown and we'll make it happen for you. And so a lot of times it's been looking almost. You don't even have to squint your eyes. It's almost like Sami is ready to turn on Punk when he's in the ring with him. I don't know. It might just be the conspiracy theorist in me, man. I don't know, man. So unless Sami is that third dude, I don't think they're gonna add another third member. I think they'll just keep it at 2.
possible. Oh wow! All right, so I guess this is breaking news. Unless it was on Raw and I missed it, or NXT. Apparently, I know we talked about that WWE wasn't headed to Saudi Arabia this year. We were mistaken. WWE announced Night of Champions.
Yeah, they got one show. Yeah.
8th, Saturday, June 28th. They will be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for Night of Champions. And CM Punk was originally in the promo, but he has since been replaced with Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah, you definitely. Mm-hmm.
So I guess he ain't going to Saudi still.
That don't work for him, brother.
That don't work for him, bro. Man, this is sad breaking news. So please, let's get our prayers up, prayers and love up to one of the best voices in professional wrestling history. Of course, I'm talking about good old JR Jim Ross. He just recently announced via social media he has been diagnosed with colon cancer. Surgery tomorrow, he said. So please send your prayers and your and just give him all your love and support. JR has already had skin cancer and has beaten it. And come on, JR, you can beat this one too. Fucking slobber knock the shit out of that cancer, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad to see that. That's breaking news. Literally, as I'm scrolling right here, it just popped up on my feed right now. So that's sad to see. Real quick, man, before we sign off for the final time on this show, what'd you think of Backlash, man? I thought it was top to bottom. I thought the wrestling was fucking awesome. I didn't think there was a bad match at all that night. I thought everybody showed out that night, wrestling wise.
It was all right. I wasn't mad at it. I mean, you know, everybody has their opinions and stuff. It was all right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was what it was. You know, it did its job. And big reaction for Jeff Cobb showing up.
Yep.
Oh
boy.
So
that was my reaction for the night right there. I was done. You could have closed the show. You could have ended it right there for me. And that was the beginning of the show. You could have ended it right there for me.
Yep.
And the big homie finally in WWE, and he over there across from Jacob. And Jacob though, and I like how Jacob didn't know how to react.
Oh, I know.
And then the post press thing, he ain't know how to react either.
I did not expect him to be aligned with this
with Solo.
Yeah, with
too.
Solo. And
because the biggest joke is always like him and Samoa Joe are like the only Samoans or Polynesians not in the family.
Yeah, he's Filipino and Hawaiian. He's not even Samoan.
Right. So I'm like, okay, you got me.
Okay, I guess he's an honorary Oos then. You know. But I thought Bronson Reed was their honorary Oos.
Yeah, bro, until he got hurt, man. But bro, if Bronson come back, hey, bro, I ain't stepping to Solo at all. Solo can, I'll go get the Uafala from Roman Reigns and give it to you, bro. You got Bronson Reed and Jeff Cobb. Oh hell no.
Put and Jeff Cobb together as the new natural disasters.
Ooh,
them together.
Ooh, boy, no sir.
Yeah.
That's that video game broken. No sir.
Yeah.
The new day about to say, oh, now you can have these belts, bro. We good. We good.
So yeah, man, I mean, damn, like they doing. I'm glad. Hopefully, they capitalize on that debut because they got to
stick the landing, baby.
Yeah.
Stick the landing.
Stick that landing, man, for sure.
Man, you give me Jeff Cobb versus Jacob Fox, boy. Don't you play with me like that. Don't you play with my soul like that. Do not play with my soul like that. Jacob Fox 2 versus Matanza. Don't play with my soul like that, man. Come on now. Oh boy.
I hope they like I said, I hope they capitalize on that on Jeff, and I hope we start getting. I know I know they're working towards Saturday night's main event right now, but I
Mhm.
hope they start announcing certain matches, qualifying matches for the Money in the Bank ladder matches. You know, I would like to see.
Yeah, I know they said they gonna start announcing them soon. So they supposed to have one for SmackDown? I forgot. I know I heard during Raw that they
Oh
supposed to
yeah,
start.
okay.
Yeah, they supposed to start announcing them.
And also some rumors, take it with a grain of salt. Being discussed right now is one of the marquee matches for SummerSlam, with it being a double event. I don't know. It doesn't say for either night 1 or 2, but at SummerSlam, uh, Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis is being discussed. So finally, Nick Aldis is finally going to be lacing up his boots once again, which I fucking hope so, because he can still go, man. He's not out of shape, man. He's not retired. He can still go. He's
She the national treasure. You seen them suits, man? Hey, I ain't trying to spot out another dude and stuff, but Nick Aldis be looking buff in them suits, man.
hey, man.
The national treasure be looking like yeah, that treasure ain't buried, buried under them suits.
So I think, it makes sense. We're finally going to get something. There's got to be that long-term storyline, man. Long-term.
Hey, you can't go around RKO and putting your hands on me, bro.
Yeah, he RKO'd. He caught an RKO at Backlash
He caught
again.
it straight. He out here catching the strays, bro.
Shit, how many of them did? I mean, a lot of the producers. I saw Hurricane caught one. Jamie Noble caught one. R-Truth caught one. Damn. It was a bad night for R-Truth. He got an RKO and an attitude adjustment.
For real, bro. Like, ooh, I be feeling for you, bro. Like, damn.
After, man, he's probably laying on that table like, damn, this ain't PG.
Ooh, poor R-Truth.
I know. Damn. Hey, shout out. Host of Gloves Off is in the building. Salute to you, Marcus Los Great, for coming in here towards the end of our show. Look at this fool. Back to kick the Cody Crybabies off the top rope. This fool. Get that noise out of here.
Hey, Cody, man, Cody been MIA for like the last couple of weeks. Y'all leave that man alone.
I know. Let him
That
have
man feeding his dog, licking his wounds. That man at home with Brandy and the baby, chilling, acting silly. That man not even on TV right now, man. Y'all leave old Cody alone.
That's right. And apparently, speaking of Cody, there's already rumors going around. Cody's probably going to be back on WWE television sooner rather than later, probably in the lead up to Money in the Bank or at Money in the Bank. So keep your eyes on WWE television. We may be seeing Cody a lot sooner rather than later.
Cody in the bank?
Cody in the Bank, maybe.
Cody in the bank?
Maybe. That'd be interesting.
Get the kid. Gotta climb that ladder, brother. Gotta climb that ladder.
Man, who should be in the Money in the Bank? Let's talk about that real quick since we ain't gonna be here to talk about it. Let's just kind of talk about it. Like, who do you think should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match this year, men and women's? We ain't got to book the whole ladder match.
Yeah.
You want to throw out there?
I think they might keep Drew and Damian out of it since they both had it before, and they still beefing. Like they might put them in like a last man to the death match or something. So we could take them two out.
I think Carmelo needs to be in it again.
100%. They needed Carmelo in the bank. That could be a thing.
Put Al in it.
Cody definitely. If he gonna be back on TV and healthy, Cody need to be in there to get his lick back. He need to fight to get his lick back.
You think Cody should be in it?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't even thinking that.
Yeah, man. Because you just can't like right off the strength give him a title shot.
I mean, he's owed a rematch.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If they pull out ye old rematch clause.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to earn it. I mean, he's owed one technically, but I can see where you're coming from there. I think Alistair should be in it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I say
yeah.
God's champion in there. Put Rusev in there.
Like you need at least like what 4 from each show.
I think they do 6 now. I don't think they do the 8
6.
anymore.
Oh, they don't do 8 no more. 6.
I don't know. Did they do 8 last year? I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I have to go back and watch. If they do 8, then I say from SmackDown it should be LA Knight, Alistair,
Yeah.
Carmelo, and I hate when they put a champion in there, but I gotta say put Jacob. Jacob can lose that match without being pinned. You know what I mean? That's my picks for SmackDown, and for
That'd
Raw,
be fire. That'd be fire.
I say for Raw, I say put. Damn, this might be a hot take. Put Sammy, put Braun, put Rusev, and ooh, damn, who would be number 4 on Raw? Gotta be a wild card in there. Shit, put Penta.
Oh, yeah.
So I say put Penta, Rusev,
Yeah.
and Braun, and then you get Jacob, LA Knight, Alistair, and Carmelo. That's who I think should be in the Money in the Bank.
Unless they plan on doing some Lucha Brothers stuff, it's definitely gotta be Penta in there.
For sure. That's what I say. I think Penta is a shoe-in for the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
And for women-wise, damn.
Take a dart.
On SmackDown, I think for sure it should be Meechin,
Chelsea,
Alexa, and oh god, and maybe Nia, or shit. If not Nia, then maybe Naomi.
I can see Naomi.
Yeah,
because if Nia gonna challenge for the title, I can see Naomi being in Money in the Bank.
Okay, that's fair. So I'll go with that. I'll say Naomi, Meechin, Alexa, and Chelsea. And then for Raw, I say oh god. I say oh damn, man. Where are all the women on Raw? Shit.
Bruh, for real, bruh.
I say Lyra, if she's not defending her title, Lyra. Oh god. Hopefully Kyrie will be back sooner than rather than later. She's got to be almost ready to come back, right?
I think her and Oscar are ready.
Yeah.
They just haven't had nothing to put them in.
Right.
They just haven't had we don't creative don't have anything for your sister. So yeah, that'd be a great place to put one of them back in. Oscar, Kyrie.
I'm so dumb. I forgot the newest members of the Raw roster, Julia and Roxanne. Boom.
Ooh, so there you go.
Oscar or Kyrie could be one of the 4, and then Julia and Roxanne rounded out.
Right.
And I say give that briefcase to Julia, baby.
And
then we get Julia and Yo. Oh yeah, and we all be eating good.
Julia in the Bank.
That's right.
We got Julia in the Bank. Shorty, what you think? We got Julia in the Bank. Shorty, what you think?
So that's what I think. I mean, I think those are pretty good picks. You know,
it'd be interesting.
It would be interesting, man. So we are here, guys. This is it. It has been a pleasure, y'all. It really has. I've been off and on with iSports Radio throughout almost its entire duration. You know what I mean? You know, I talked about that. I mean, I posted this on my socials. You know, started out with me and the first lady of iSports Radio, Miss Felicia, with the gorilla position is what the show used to be called. Man, this is back in the Mixler days. This is before we even had Spreaker, fucking using Mixler. And all throughout that, just became Ring Rambling Radio, which I was never a fan of that damn name. Because it was like an unnecessary mouthful to say. And then, you know, we ended up taking a break. Like, life just got in the way. And then the opportunity came about to come back, thanks to my boy Larry B, and came back with the IE Wrestling Show, and are here right now. And this is where it will end. T5, I shouted you out when I talked. I wrote my social because you definitely helped breathe new life into the show because I was rolling solo for quite some time, man. So again, I just wanted to put it out there and make it, known, in person that I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate everything you've done for me and with me here on this show in the last few months. So I am very grateful, and I have a lot of gratitude, and I'm just very happy how things turned out with me and you. We gelled really well together very, very quickly, man. So I appreciate it, man, for sure. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
man, I appreciate you, bro, because you didn't have to bring me in, man. You was doing your own thing, and like I said, I found out there was a wrestling show on here, and I ain't know, I know I've done wrestling podcasts before, co-hosting and stuff, and I didn't want to kind of, assert myself. I didn't know how to, go about, whether it's gonna be a one-off or, whether you just wanted to keep doing your own thing and stuff. When you was like, hey, you wanna do this too? And I was like, all right, yeah, that's what I was looking for, man. You was like, man, you took the guesswork out of it for me, man. And then ever since then, it's been off to the races, I like how, not only did you bring me in, and we just we don't agree on everything, so it's not like a whole lot of butt kissing and stuff, but it'd be
right.
fun, and we know it's just wrestling. We know we got personal stuff because we rap, off air. We rap together and stuff, and we it's all love, at the end of the day. It's like the For Real barbershop or
Yeah.
hanging outside with your homies and stuff, and y'all talking wrestling. You don't like so and so, you're a dummy. Okay, see you later. Bye. See you tomorrow. And that, it's all good. So I like that dynamic of it and everything. And it's been fun, man. To be back into it and stuff. And whatever you got going on, man, I hope the best. Let me know what's happening. Let me know what's cracking. I'm gonna keep shouting you out. I'm gonna keep showing you love on the Crescent City Connection because you one of us, bro.
That's right. Who
You
Dat
one of
Nation?
us, homies.
Black
You
and
one of the
gold.
homies, man. You blood, bro.
Right.
You got your blood like mine, bro.
I
Straight
got
from the boot.
like the
So
Rock.
I gotta show you love, man.
That's right.
It's when you are born, you are obligated to shout out other people from the boot, no matter what,
That's
no
right.
matter where you are.
See
When I
that?
was in Arkansas and I saw somebody else from the boot, we automatically shout each other out. That's what it is, bro. So no matter what you got going on, bro, you got my support. You got the CCC support. 100%, son. 100%.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I'll keep supporting your show too, man. I'm still gonna be supporting IE Sports Radio, man. Just because I'm not gonna be doing a show here doesn't mean I'm not hoping for the best for everyone at IE Sports Radio. And it's like I said at the very top of the hour, this isn't like sour grapes. I'm not hoping for the downfall of of IE Sports Radio. Nothing like that. There's no ill will anywhere. I promise you that. So. I don't want anybody thinking anything like that. There's no ill will on either side of this equation.
Until you do right by me, everything you touch go fail.
It's not like that. There's no drama. There's no hate. Nothing like that. I mean, I can't hate. One of my longest running friends. Me and Larry, we go way back, man. High school days. So I've known this fool almost 20 years. It's 20 years now. Real shit. In June, I hit 20 years out of high school, man. I'm old as hell. I'm 38 years old.
Yeah, man.
Drama and shit, man. It's not like that. Like I said, I'm keeping my conversation with him between just me and him because we're boys. I don't need to make that public. But it was just to give you just whatever. It was what it was, and it was a mutual thing, and he's happy for me. I'm happy for him and the future of IE Sports Radio, and he said he's going to be supporting me and hoping for the best for me, just like you just said. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about anybody, man. I hope everybody does well, from Gloves Off to Crescent City Connection to Yinzer Report, to Fast Break, Defining Moment. all them flagship programs on here, man. I hope you guys do big things and keep going, man. Keep going strong, and hopefully, whenever I kick off my new adventure, hopefully hopefully some of y'all keep supporting me, man, and check out the show and hopefully I build a little bit of a following. Like I'm not trying to pay my bills with this. I mean, if I could, that's cool. But I want to just do something that I enjoy, and I enjoy talking about movies. I enjoy talking about comic books. I enjoy talking about wrestling. So that's what I'm gonna do. With that said, before I sign off for the final time today here at the IE Wrestling Show, I want to give a preview to anyone out there that cares. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble for this. I mean, how could I get in trouble? I'm out of here. I'm out the door already. You can't fire me. I quit. Like
how you get fired on your day off?
Right? Like Ric Flair, I'm fired. I'm already fired. This is a preview of my logo so far. I'll give you a preview of what's to come. Here we go. Boom. That is the name and my working until I get a better design for my show. It's going to be a new show I'm going to be streaming on Twitch called Pop Culture Wrestling, Movie Plots and Cheap Pops. And we're going to be talking about all sorts of pop culture and wrestling. It's all going to be mixed together. And I hope you like the LSU colors in there and that luchador. Or it could be construed for Lakers colors. It can go either way. And hopefully, with it being on Twitch, I'm looking to actually start streaming gaming too. You know what I mean? Like with my PS5, hopefully I'll be able to you can see me streaming some WWE 2K25 or Spider-Man 2. Whatever I feel like. I'm gonna try and broaden the audience so far. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be changing my social media handles accordingly here soon to reflect that. So please follow me right now. Stay a follower. Follow me now while I'm still the IE Wrestling Show until I change the handle. But yeah, so hopefully you guys stick with me. And man, with that, please follow IE Wrestling Show before I change the name. TikTok and Blue Sky. And check out my page on mydailybloom.com. Like I said earlier, Autism Awareness Month is over. But for us autism parents and autism family members and friends, it's never over. Autism awareness doesn't end at the end of April. It continues forever for the rest of our lives. So please check out that website and use that promo code PCW. And save 15% off at checkout. I said at the hour you would know what the PCW stood for, and that's what it is, Pop Culture Wrestling. So check it out, guys. And please follow my boy at Who Is T Fizzle and Crescent City _IE, and check out his show Saturdays, high noon, Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Crescent City Connection, talking all things Louisiana sports. And T5, it's been a pleasure. Larry B, thank you for the opportunity that you gave me here to be a part of the family. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. This has been the IE Wrestling Show. Signing off.